All righty, we are live. I just need for the video to connect so I can get the link to grab that link and put it in our online community over here on Facebook in our group so that those who are not in studio, like Teray and Heather and Dawana and Dr. Tachi and Cheryl and Debbie and Shawana and Dr. LaFera and Kimberly are in studio with us right now. They can use the link and join us in the live chat. So I have put that over there. If you are a solopreneur or an entrepreneur who is struggling to get to your first 6 figures in business, you need to be a part of our group. Go to shaycannon.info/group and join us today. Our group has 3 pillars, 3 values that we make sure that we pass around and take upon ourselves to be a part of. Number 1, we actually build community. Okay, we actually commune and come together. Number 2, we collaborate. We come together and help each other make our businesses better, and we make money together. Number 3, we actually have conversations that are transformational for your business growth. So again, join the group. It is free. It's kind of like one of the best masterminds you paid for. It's kind of what it's like. So go to shaycannon.info/group and join us today. All right, let's get started. Good morning. Welcome to Unlock Your First 6 Figures morning show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. It all starts with a blog, and this week's blog is using media to increase your visibility, credibility, and revenue. Shout out to Dr. LaFera, who asked a question last week when we were talking about increasing your visibility with media. And her question was, well, when you get media, how do you leverage it? Cool. We talked about it last week, but then this week, I was like, there's a lot more to that. So let's go deeper with that this week, okay? So the blog is at shaycannon.com/PR. It's using media to increase your visibility, credibility, and revenue, all right? So what we know is securing media coverage is powerful. It's a powerful way for entrepreneurs to boost but all 3, right? The visibility, the credibility, and the sales. But whether you have earned media, which is media that you have not paid for, media that you kind of based on a story or credibility or the expertise, you kind of got that media. And from last week, we added in 3 sources that you can get that from in the blog. They are hyperlinked where you can go and get you some earned media, okay? Or if it's paid media, and we've also added in some for that, okay? No matter which one it is, it's going to be good for your products and your offers and your services, okay? So getting your name and your brand out there can significantly enhance your brand recognition, and you. However, as Dr. LaFera asked, a lot of us, once we get over that hurdle of getting the media and we've been mentioned and we shared it one time, then we get lost, right? A lot of us think that, whoa, we're doing this media. Let me get ready for this influx of sales. But you forget you have a part to do, okay? So that's what this week is all about. What is your part? So I've kind of exhausted my brain on this, right? I actually have come up with like 4 different categories and say about 15 strategies within each category. There are 7 of each strategy on the blog, and then we're going to share more on the morning show because we always do more, right? So the first category is digital presence enhancement. Okay, digital presence enhancement. Let's enhance your digital presence, all right? Because leveraging media features, basically we're going to optimize who we are every time we're mentioned online. That's the whole purpose of this category, okay? So we're going to take our media. For example, Debbie is in Forbes. And so we're going to take Debbie in Forbes, and what we're going to do is she's going to share it on social media. Right? On her social media platform, she's going to have a link and she's going to create a post. She's going to use an eye-catching visual, okay? And she might even quote from the article or the interview, all right? Now, let me tell you about this eye-catching visual. There are a lot of times when I have been a speaker, I have gotten media, and every time people don't give you this nice graphic that you can share, right? So create your own. right? Basically put a picture of yourself, put an icon of, you know, the media platform or media platforms, right? On the graphic. And let's share that to catch people's eyes first, and then they'll read the caption, okay? Now, next, we're going to embed it in our website. We all should have, as we're getting media, we should be pulling those media icons and putting them on our website and putting it under a section that says as featured by, okay? Email newsletter. I love it when you remind people on your email list that, hey, I'm the shit. Guess who else thinks I'm the shit? Fox News thinks I'm the shit, right? CNN think whoever your media is thinks I'm the, come on, they think I'm somebody, right? So you're going to share it there. LinkedIn articles, okay? That's your social media. So you're going to discuss your media features. So, you know, have hyperlink it and kind of discuss it. Give them something that was not in the actual article. Talk about it a little more as you're sharing it. Okay, think about how I do in the morning show. You have the blog, but it benefits you to come on this morning show. Number one, you can talk about how it affects your own business. But number two, I'm giving you more than what's in the blog, right? We're staying on topic, but there's more. Do that on LinkedIn. SEO and linkbacks, okay? So ensure you have a media feature with a backlink to the original authoritative site, to the original media site, and you have it on your website as SEO, right? So what I'm about to do as I overhaul my website, again, is I want to put all of my recent features as a blog post category. Okay, so did you know that you can create media as a blog post category on your media speaker page? You can show just those blog posts that are in that category. Okay, so that's another way that you can do it. Story highlights. Create story highlights on Instagram and Facebook featuring your media appearances. Again, that it might be that you use a graphic that you have created, right? It might be that you make a portrait style video talking about it. You can use green screen. You can kind of have the article in the background and you can kind of talk about it. You can say the same words you used in the LinkedIn article that you added more, right? Come on, let's repurpose. You can do live streams. You can go live and talk about the article. You can direct people to the article, talk about the article, take questions about the article. You can even live stream with someone else that interviews you about the article, or is the article talking about other experts? You can interview them, right? So shout out to Shawana, who has interviewed one of our other community members, Dania, for her live show that's launching this week, right? So, hey, live streams. Now, all of that is on the blog, but there's more, right? I feel like the infomercial, but wait, there's more for $19.99. No, so those were 7, right? Let's go back over to 7. Share on social media, embed on your website, email your newsletter, in your email newsletter, LinkedIn articles, SEO and linkbacks on your website, story highlights, live streams, okay? Let's get into more. Podcast intro, okay? You want to add a clip or a mention of your media feature in the intros and outros of any of your podcast episodes, right? All that does is boost your what? Your credibility. It boosts your what? Your visibility, okay? On your slide decks, any slide deck that you're featuring yourself, you want to have those icons on there, okay? Now, if you're like me and you've been doing it for a while, you don't want to kind of fill a whole slide deck necessarily with a bunch of icons. You can pick your top ones, right? Pick your top ones that you feel like your particular audience will, number one, recognize the most, and number two, respect the most. Okay, but you can also do a picture of you with a bunch of icons behind you, and how fabulous would that be? Okay. So virtual backgrounds, okay? Virtual backgrounds, you can definitely put something in your virtual background. Right now, we were talking about networking also last week. We do a lot of networking virtually on this right here platform on Zoom, right? You can create a branded Zoom background when you show up for conferences and you show up for different stuff, you got your icons off to the side and a little, maybe a little blurb about yourself so that when people are looking at your picture, they see that, okay? Content syndication, okay? The media is not the only people who can syndicate content. If it's about you, you can put it in other places, okay? So syndicate the media feature content to other platforms, to like Medium, to LinkedIn Post, to other industry-specific sites. You can even take that LinkedIn article where you gave them more and put that in other places and not just LinkedIn, okay? So syndicate that information. We are repurposing, okay? Online course platforms. We definitely want to update all of our profiles, especially where we sell stuff, okay? Whether it be in a marketplace or it be in your own platform, as the person who is the expert having this course, okay? We definitely want to do that. Anywhere we're showing our expertise as a profile, we want to add that media to it. All right. Next, SEO optimized articles that mention the media. So we might want to use the media article as like a part one of a series, and we create our own articles, right? Based on the media that we got. So we might talk about that one, and then the next one, we kind of continue the content, and maybe we do a 3-article series starting with that article, okay? Now, you can do landing page pop-ups. I was just looking at my website today. I have to update my landing page pop-up. So you can definitely, now what I will tell you is, I would definitely be picking my best media and not necessarily my latest media for a pop-up, okay? And of course, you want to have a media speaker page, but once you start garnering so much media, you might want to separate those out. So it doesn't have to be a media speaker page with a slash. It could be just a media page, and then you have just a speaker page, okay? Another thing that I do is I have a link tree, right? And my link tree is what shows the latest articles first, okay? In fact, let me go over here and find this link tree so y'all can see what that thing look like. Link tree. So that when I want to, on, let's say, Instagram or TikTok or somewhere, I want to talk about it, somewhere where you can't put a link, I can say link in bio. That's mostly Instagram. Y'all know they be messing us up. But now what I can do is I can put my latest article as a part of that. Let me see, did I even put that? Yes, I do. Okay. So I don't use Linktree anymore, guys. Y'all know I love to get all my own SEO. So I have a links page on my website, but I made it look like a Linktree. So see, this is on shaycannon.com/links. Okay. And see, I made it look just like a Linktree. So that was the last offer that I launched. That's the membership. This is the retreat. That's the free magazine that I forgot I had, and I don't think I've done another issue. Weekly blog. This is our free community. This is what the heck is a fractional COO, because there's still a lot of people out there that don't know about my title. And then down here, I have my media articles and features. So if they click, it takes them to a link tree that has the latest article on it, or podcast. So I can say that. And when I take them to the latest one, they can see where I've gotten all this other. Okay, so that is another way that you can do it. All right. Dr. Tachi said, brilliant. Thank you. You know, I definitely feel like I'm a genius. I'm just not the only genius in the room. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's check over here on YouTube in the comments. We got Dania over here. Dania, we were just talking about you and your interview with Shawana. We know that's going to be awesome. We got Glow over here. Chantilly, thank you for joining us again. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So let me go back through that list. I'm going to start from the very beginning, from the blog, and then go to more, okay? Because I want to know which two of these you know you need to do when you get a media feature the next time, okay? And let me know, do you need help applying it to your business? So share it on social media, embed it on your website, include it in your email newsletter, create a LinkedIn article referring to it, add SEO and backlinks to your website. Okay. Story highlights, live streams. That was what was on the blog. Now here's your more for the morning show. Podcast intro, slide decks, virtual backgrounds, content syndication, online course platform profiles, SEO optimized articles, landing page pop-ups, press page, like media page, right? And then the last but not least that I just added in there was a link tree or a links page, all right? In fact, let me add that to my notes so that y'all have that since that came off the dome. Boom. All right, so we're going to start with Kimberly Miles. Kimberly, we know you may be at the Dream Funder, so put it in our in-studio comments, please. Dr. LaFera, this is all because of you, baby. So last week you asked, hey, you know, when I get my media, what do I do with it? How do I capitalize on it? How do I leverage it? So this entire week is dedicated to you. So thanks to your question, we get more value and content out to everybody else. Which two of these strategies are you going to use? And do you need any help applying it to your business?
I guess like, so I need to redo my website because like my website in the past has been my beauty website. And so I am redoing my website. So one, I'm going to like do a quick website because I have an interview tomorrow. And yeah, I'll do a pop-up. So right now I'm thinking about maybe putting it back in Kartra before I figure out how to go high level. So that's one, the landing page pop-up. And then then I need to start doing like newsletters because I need to be seen as more of a thought leader. So like so the email newsletter and LinkedIn articles. So I'll probably be doing one talking about like using food and like kind of getting back to the roots of like maybe what our grandparents taught us or whatever so that we can heal. Like something like that to make people like, kind of connect to it because like everybody wants to think about their grandparents, I guess, and like think about, the stuff they taught us.
I like that. And so did you have any issue
Any
with
issues?
applying it to your business?
Well, when I do the feature, so sometimes people want me to come on and talk about when I was in the hospital, but I'm kind of making it all relate back to like my offer with what I do with the juicing. So like what do you think about that? Because I know you're talking about the icons. You're talking about like whatever those things were like. So if it's a podcast, that's not really like a major icon.
So if it is a podcast, you can kind of create a graphic where you feature the podcast episode, right? So let me take you to my media page. My media and my speaker page are together. At this point, I might need to separate them though. That's what I say. So as you can see, I was given a graphic or I created a graphic where people can see their logo, right? And then you can click to go listen.
Okay.
Right. Like so you can do that. This one was another one that I created the logo from when I was interviewed by Delta Airlines Limited podcast. I created this graphic and I put different logos
I like
in there.
that.
Right. And then I had the little thing, and then you're supposed to be able to go over here, but it looks like they have moved the content. So that's another thing, y'all. Anytime that you are a part of media, you might want to get a screenshot of that media. You might want to, if it's a podcast link, you might want to download it, and so that you're hosting the listen to on somewhere that you control, because if you leave it to them, see, they update stuff all the time, right? Now your stuff is gone. So Delta Airlines was one of those I knew I was taking a risk with because they didn't have a way for me to download it. So I just need to remember to reach out to them to ask them for my episode. But yeah, so that's how you could do that. You can also do the same thing with the media, which is you can make the podcast a blog post category in your blog. Therefore, when you have your speaker page, you can feature, at the bottom, kind of like, let me see, if you go to my homepage, at the bottom of my homepage and at the bottom of a lot of people's homepage, there's the blogs, right? I only feature my latest blog, but I can feature up to 5 blog posts, right? I can feature only one category of it, see? But there are more categories than just this category. So you can do that on your website.
Would you ever do something like a Otter? Because like I've had news features like where I've been on TV, and like so when I reach back out to them, like they haven't found the interview. Like I did screenshots or whatever, like or did recording of me behind the scenes, but like it's not like having the actual, interview with it. So would you do something like Otter to record it?
I wouldn't do Otter, but when you go to it, you can do a screencast.
Oh,
And then from the screencast, you could always pull audio. But if it's video, I want video. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I want the video and the audio. But again, nowadays it's so many ways you can go and strip stuff from other people's websites that it's not supposed to be easy to download, right? Like I have links to where you can download from people's Facebook, whether it be private or public. I can still download the video of myself. Is how I use it. I download my own videos. And then I have one where you can pull it from YouTube, right? So I have different podcasts on YouTube that I have pulled that actual YouTube video. So yeah, you might can even find a tool out there, because now with AI and all the other stuff, nothing's really that secure. So yeah.
Right.
But worst come to worst, you can always play it on your computer and do a screencast, or a Loom or something where you record while it's playing, so that you have your own stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool beans. No problem. No problem. Let's see. Kimberly is talking to us over here. Kim said that she had an interview and she wants to know how to leverage it. And so she put the link in the studio comments. And so she is in Heart and Soul. Hopefully I'm showing the article and not my boyfriend. That's my screensaver. So Kimberly, founder of Me Too Naturals. Look at that pretty picture. This is why y'all need lifestyle photos, because just a headshot is not going to do when you have media. You're trying to do media, so you need some type of lifestyle photo. Okay, so this is beautiful. And then she's talking about it. Tell about your company. Okay, so I love these kind. Did you know that you guys can do these type of articles for yourself, where you create the questions that you want to answer, and then you can put them in an article in question answer form, just like this. Look at that. Nice. Love this product. And then we got the picture of her holding the product. Love it. Love it. And do you see how she have her brand colors on that match the product? Loving it, Kim. Okay. So let me stop sharing. All right. So from today's strategies, why wouldn't you do it all? Right? So I know you're saying, which one should I do? But I would do them all. Because when I'm giving y'all these lists of things to do, I don't actually want you to pick. We pick to talk about them, right? So that you can tell me which one you think you would have problems with, so that we can overcome whatever your problem is. But you should be doing as many of these strategies as possible, not any one. We need to be trying to do all of them. And so at 15 strategies a day for 4 days, we talking about, what is that, 60? I don't know. My math ain't that good. I think that's 60. So that I overgave in how y'all can have ways to do this stuff, right? So do the ones that are easier to do first, and then the ones that you might have to wait on somebody to help you with, like if you need a web designer or you need a graphic designer or something to help you, do all the ones that you can do yourself first, and then go into the ones that you can get help with. So it should already be on your website. Exactly, Teray. Heather said, Kim, this is great. Everything that Teray said, get this news out there. Definitely. Also, that icon you can start putting icons on everywhere that you've been featured by, right? So anytime you talk, you know how when people win an Oscar, right? Or they were nominated, and now from here to forever, they're now Oscar winner or Oscar nominated, right? You can always say, featured in, major publications, what I'm saying, as a part of your intro. You don't even have to name, like, as you start to rack up icons, you can just say been featured in major publications. So yeah, that's great. So Kimberly, if you have a question about that, put it in the studio chat. All right. Now with that, let's go to, Shawana, which of these two do you want to do? And do you need any help applying any of these to your business?
One of the things that I know that I have to slow down enough to go ahead, because we talked about the links before, because I have like a beacon, and I know one, like you said, is driving the traffic to your website. So really pausing to put that on my website. Every time I see yours, even though of course your website is always ever evolving and being refreshed, there is still things that currently exist that I really do need to add to mine to make it more robust. One of the things is that I was even thinking about, I like how you had just said about splitting your page in half. And we know in times before, because of me doing multiple things, that was a part of my challenge to try to marry the two. So even with some of the recognition from major players as it relates to me speaking and training like that, I have yet to put that even on the current website because I didn't know if it actually fit. But looking at this, I still could see how now on my speaker, because I do have a speaker tab on the current website, that I really do need to go ahead and put those logos over there, even if it only exists on that speaker tab, maybe not the overall website, but the speaker tab. So that's one thing that I saw, and I was like, okay, that is where I could use that at. So I like that. It's, yeah, refreshing that. And then of course the press page, and then just some other stuff that I know I have to do once I come back off vacation.
Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna tell you now, anything that you like on my page that you want to be able to reference, go ahead and make a screenshot of that page, because like I said, I'm in the process of updating stuff, and then you'll go back and look for the exact way I had it, and now it's changed. So go ahead and take a screenshot.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Miss Debbie. Debbie, so you have your feature in Forbes. Do you have any questions about, just as more visibility on social and online, how to use this feature?
I love all the tips that you've given. I've implemented several of them. I put in the signature of my email, read my interview in Forbes, so that it's right at the bottom, so everybody getting an email can see it. I have this conference I'm going to, so I'm gonna make sure it's in the intro when for my presentation, and I'm printing up some some cards to hand out promoting the business. So I'll make sure it's on the card. And I like the idea of the link tree for the website, having a link page with a media link. I have to do that.
Cool. I love that. I'm going to show you guys an example of how I use it in my slide decks. So let me go over here. All right. So usually, so this is from a workshop, but it's pretty much going to be in my slide decks, kind of like this, no matter if I'm speaking or is it a workshop or whatever, right? So I'm always going to have a nicely huge, with a nice graphic that is associated with the words as the title slide, right? I always tell people what I'm going to share, and then I refer back to this at the end. And then I introduce myself, right? So I have really spread this out amongst slides to keep people's attention. I don't cram it all on one slide. So I tell them my name and my title, right? I tell them some of the 7- and 6-figure businesses that I work with. And then I go into that, I'm also a coach or whatever, and what I believe in and what I want to share. And then I start talking about my lifestyle and my freedom. So you see how this is only a picture. And then I tell you I've been featured by. Now, out of all of those icons that I have, I kind of just pluck out the ones that mean the most to my people, because there are a lot of icons on my website. But if I were to put all of that here, right, I feel like it's more distracting. I could just pull out, my top ones. And so that's how I do mine. And so that is an example of how you could do yours, right? Now, if you want to, let me go back to it right quick. If you want to feature more, you can do it like I did my client cloud, right? You can put a whole bunch of them on one slide and talk about it. It's up to you. I pulled out the ones that meant the most to my customers and my clients. And so, I mean, I got some big ones. So once I put that on there, and now I have a Fox one that I can update and put on there thanks to a paid press release. So
that's great. I love that.
Cool beans, cool beans. YouTube. go ahead and put over there in the comments which tool you're going to use, and do you have any questions on how to use the strategies? I see Glow has said she need to redo her website and do some updates. She says she needs to learn how to do it on her own instead of asking others to do it for her. Yeah, that's why they have website builders, right? So if you could do, I'm going to say some of the original social media platforms back in the day where it's like drag and drop, then you could do a WordPress builder. It depends on where is your website, right? So things like Wix Wibbly, they have a builder built in, but things from WordPress, you can buy things that make it a builder. You got Elementor, that's I think is a free builder. I use Divi, which is an expensive thing, but with Divi, I can make my website look like any website because I can just pull apart the sections and put them together exactly how any website has them together. If y'all want Divi, I can put the affiliate link in the show notes for today. Not a problem. All right, let's go to Cheryl. Cheryl, which of the strategies that we talked about today for enhancing your social online presence, give me 2 of those that you're going to start using and let me know if you need any help in using those.
The media page and the story highlights. Story highlights really work well for me, especially on, well, I was going to say Instagram, but Instagram and Facebook. And then on the media page, it's all going to be part of the media kit. And I am redoing the website. As a matter of fact, I just went through GoDaddy for them to build the websites. So that's what I'm using.
Okay. Did you have any of these strategies that you're like, I would like to use that, but I don't quite know how?
Not really. That I'm sure there's a lot that I don't know how, but I don't know that I want to use them.
Gotcha. Well, we don't want to learn something we don't know we want to use. So exactly. No problem. Just making sure that you, the ones that you do want to use, you understand how to use them. And you don't have any obstacles to use them. So cool beans. Thank you, Cheryl. All right, Dr. Tachi, what are 2 of the strategies mentioned today that you're going to use? And do you need any help using them?
Okay, so these are all fabulous.
Oh,
First of all, I just need to say, if Shay Cannon before ye, who be against ye? I just have
all the yees, all the yees.
all the ye. I mean, with all of this information, you're just lazy if you don't win. Seriously. Talking to myself here. Anyway.
You want the
amen? There's the, I had it written down, but see, that's what I get for shifting pages. Here we are. Okay, so I really like the link, the created link tree you have on your website. That I never even thought about, but it makes sense from an SEO standpoint, 100%. So that is great. I also like the podcast intro because that's not something that I've been doing. So I didn't think about that. And again, sometimes the thing with the podcast intro is you're just trying to get to the meat of the podcast. So you're not thinking about all that other stuff. So doing it in a way where it's not taking 10 million years, but still adds that in, that's something that I would really want to do. Can I add something else, please?
Please.
Okay. So something else is the press coverage series thing is something I was like, oh, that's great. And I thought about the fact that this recent article that was written about me, I kind of did that. Not really. What I did was I took this latest Be More was taken out of that, was not taken out of that, but used that as an example. So I can refine that even more and actually have that, like you said, as the first series, and then take it first in the series and then add like 3 more or whatever. So that was brilliant because I'm like, well, I already kind of started doing that. I could just take it further. And then finally, I realized that, I don't have a personal website, like a website for me. The website, of course, is for the network. So my
Mhm.
attention has been focused on the network. So now what I need to do, looking at all of this that you've given us, I'm also like, okay, well, I also need something that's a little more personal, that is not just about the network. That's
Yeah.
all.
And I feel like the earlier that you do that, the better. That way, when you have more than the network that you want to share with people and you want to be known for, your credibility easily transfers, right? So the earlier you start that, the better. So hopefully on my screen, you guys see Dr. Tachi's recent media from Canvas Rebel. Look at that pretty picture. So y'all see how you need lifestyle photos, y'all. You need them. And then they go on and talk about Dr. Tachi. So we say Tachi, right? And it's a great article. And they're talking about the network, but they're also talking about her.
Did you notice
So
I
I love
mentioned
it.
your name, Shay?
What now?
I mentioned your name
What?
at the end when they asked, when they asked who I follow or who I read.
Oh, look at there. And then you put me before Myron Golden. Come
I
on now.
did.
Look,
I
now I had to pull your press into my press because I was mentioned. So now this is a mention for me too. Look at there. Look at there. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. I love it. All right. Yeah, Teray said those lashes, baby. Let me tell you, Dr. Tacha, I was beat. Let me tell you, she is with perfect lighting every time. All right. So Heather, which two strategies are you going to use, and do you need any help applying any of the strategies to your business?
So I already have a media page on my website, and what I've done is I have embedded the YouTube videos from the people whose podcast they were. And I'm also, I hope Shwanda doesn't mind me saying, but she also interviewed me for this season of her show, and I'm very excited to include my
Yay!
media
Yay!
page.
Your episode 2. Okay, I'm off.
Okay. Anyway, but when those features came out, I did do most of the things that are on the list. But what I want to tell everybody is the reason why backlinks are really important is if you're featured on your local ABC station, let's just say your ABC station has a lot more page authority than you do. And so that lends, like, its page authority lends to your page authority, which helps like boost you in SEO. So that's why the backlinks are important.
Yes.
That's it.
Thank you. And backlinks, again, we've talked about backlinks before, but we want to be featured by domains with high authority. We also want to link back to those domains, right? We also want to link to articles within our own or in pages within our own website. So backlinking works wonderful for SEO. So let's go over to Teray. Teray, what are at least two of the strategies from today that you're going to use, and do you need any help applying any of the strategies we discussed today?
So, yeah, I just need to share my stuff on social media and embed it into my website. However, so when we were in Mexico, we talked about, that's whenever I brought up the whole Steve Harvey thing. Okay. And we talked about it because my interview on Steve Harvey works in my favor because he's the chief love officer, right? And so you guys were like, oh, you should use that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not why I was on his show. And you guys, you and Shawana were like, yeah, but it doesn't matter, da, 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 da. But I've been struggling with that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So talk to us, because I have a whole list of places where I was featured that are recognizable by the main public. I have a whole list of places that I could use, but I'm like, this has nothing to do with my brand. It doesn't
Does it have anything to do with you?
Absolutely. But
Okay.
in my mind, I'm thinking that if I list it all, people will be like, yeah, but did they feature her as a dating coach? And so for me,
you're in your head too much.
That is not how people think.
Exactly. That is not how people think, right?
Okay.
So for example, You have Dr. LaFera out here. She had lashes, right? To help you to look better when you feel better. What does her being a triple board certified doctor have to do with lashes? But that credibility goes over into everything that she does, because she's still, no matter what room she walks in and no matter what she's talking about, she's still a triple board certified doctor. You see what I'm saying?
To me, that does connect. But
lashes, most people don't connect that to lashes. Now they do connect to what she's doing now very easily, right? Very easily.
Yeah, to me,
but what you have to understand is it's kind of like people wondering, does being a Amazon bestseller mean anything anymore? Because anybody can be an Amazon bestseller. It's not the same as being a New York Times bestseller. But guess what? Everybody still is not an Amazon bestseller, right? So it still has meaning. So for you as a person, the same person that did something spectacular enough to be featured in this media is now also doing this thing. You see what I'm saying? So when you see other people do it, you don't question it. When you see somebody, when you saw Oprah Winfrey go from having her own show to talking about books, to talking about her favorite things, to talk, you didn't question none of that. And now she got her own, she doing movies. I mean, there's a little connection, but at the end of the day, it's her doing everything, right? So as we see other people evolve and transfer their credibility, we don't question it. You're in your head. If that's the case, then Tabitha Brown shouldn't be in Target, right? Because what do them clothes got to do with her being a vegan? You know what I'm saying? So we don't, on the outside looking in, we don't look at it the way that you're overthinking it, right? So you're judging it too harshly, but if it was you looking at somebody else, you wouldn't feel that about them. You see what I'm saying? It's been too many instances where people are moving their credibility into different genres and you haven't felt like, oh, she a fake. No, they let you know, I've been featured in these things. You didn't say, hey, I was featured in these things, all of these things about dating. I was featured in these things. You see what I'm saying? Now, as you get more that are about dating, feel free to replace to where eventually it's only I've been featured by these things in dating. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But you're the same person that was featured, the same person that did something amazing in another area or another genre, and you're bringing that amazingness to this genre. That's what that is. So it's not about trying to trick people or being a fraud at all. Because everything that I've been featured on is not always about coaching. Now I replaced it. You know what I'm saying? But I think the first time I was on NBC, I was a model doing a wedding dress on a live morning show. And what did that have to do with anything I did after that? Nothing. But I was featured on NBC. Y'all wouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, y'all. I'm about to look real famous.
Okay. You should.
I'm just saying.
Okay, you should. Now, also, as you guys are getting as you are getting your media and stuff, you want to keep up with it, right? So create some type of spreadsheet or something with your media links. Again, for articles, do screenshots. I'm gonna tell you recently, I slipped up on myself because recently that Time magazine, that time.com article on me, they have since taken it off Time and put it on another website with less authority. And I'm like, but where the one that was on Time though? Because that's where it was originally featured, right? So make sure that you're getting the screenshots of your online presence. Go ahead and try to pull your audio, pull your video so that you have these things in your own cloud storage. And when you're referring to them, you have a version of it that you can always refer back to. Okay. Let's see. Cheryl said, can you be a media personality that's in demand to speak? Be a guest interviewer? She said you can. Almost like Teray is a brand and you choose what to speak about. Definitely. Dr. LaFera says Shay had that freedom on NBC. I did. Teray said she was interviewed by Steve Harvey for opening a dance school as a single mom. And that's a feat in and of itself. So you don't think that same person that had the fortitude to do that is not the same person that had the fortitude to have her child who was diagnosed with something that he wasn't supposed to achieve. Come on now. All of that are amazing things. So whatever you're featured by, because you're an amazing person, you're still just that amazing person doing something else. Okay. All right, cool. Today was great. Tomorrow, so today we talked about digital presence enhancement, enhancing your digital presence with your media. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about community and client engagement, how we're going to use our media for that. Let's go into these announcements while you guys think of any question you may have before we get out of here. All right. So this week, Amplify Your Revenue with Affiliates Workshop plus Challenge Experience is on Wednesday. Go to shaycannon.com/affiliate. Use your discount code. It's on the sales page. It's up to you to pay full price or not. Because if you're in this community, you can use the community code. The membership, you save more. I need to remember to put that over there. And then, of course, people in my top tier coaching, you don't pay anything for workshops. Also, this week, starting today, will be a training on getting your business ready for affiliate programs. Okay, so that will go in our group, shaycannon.info/group as a free training starting today, this afternoon. All right. All right. Before we leave, any questions about enhancing your digital presence with your media? Glow here on YouTube said, I love it. What you say, Shawana?
What I was going to say, I guess say and ask, I did notice, so thank you for pulling up that Dr. Tachi, pulling hers up. Because even when I saw it and I was excited for her, not realizing, well, I realized it, but I didn't see how I could actually possibly use that because the show is on there with my face.
It is. I saw yours.
So that like was like, oh, you know, I had the light bulb go off. I was trying to see how I could use that, and I guess it's to show, I guess some of the languaging to show my show, to use that to then show my show because it is on her. It's a part of that article for her, for Dr. Tachi.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. So no, I was saying about the languaging because she didn't talk about the show, but I'm one of the shows. Okay. So I was trying to see about
that's how you say it. I'm one of the shows featured on our network's creators' recent media.
Okay.
Yeah. So see if you, I would even make it a game. Y'all know I love making stuff a game, how I did at the conference. I wasn't at the conference. So what did I tell them people? I said, hey, go find my name on the wall and point to it. Look, make me feel like I'm there, right? So tell them, say, hey, you know, see if you can figure out which picture was, you know, which picture is the one featured in my show.
Okay.
So yeah, make it interactive.
By the way, Shawana, our show is airing on Wednesday, so I'm going to start promoting it today. So keep a lookout on social media. You'll be seeing some clips of you.
Yay, tags and collabs. Yes.
Love it. Collaborations. We love it. We love it. Well, all right, guys. Y'all have a great day. The studio. Uh-oh, what you got, Dr. Tachi?
You had given a link before for press release, the service that you use for press release, and I don't remember what it is. Do you mind putting it again?
It's actually in the blog post.
Today's
the introductory paragraph. They're hyperlinked.
Well, blow me down.
shaycannon.com/PR.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. I knew y'all would ask that. I knew I couldn't come on here and be like, y'all know all them links I gave y'all last week. Use those. I know y'all. I've gotten to know you well. All right, guys. Have a great day. I'll see you back here tomorrow. The studio is closing.
What's the free training? You said free training.
It's on getting your business ready for an affiliate program.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. shaycannon.info/group. Get in the group, y'all, so y'all can get this.